Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's a sociopathic...
Come on now, dog.
Psychopathic, malignant narcissist.
So that was a lie.
He is a dangerous person.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I just don't want to feel the way I did, and many of us don't, after the election in 2016.
Come on, man.
Where we couldn't believe that it happened.
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States.
The guy is a total monster.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Now he's facing renewed criticism for checking time at an inappropriate hour.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? And I shouldn't have used illegal. It's undocumented. I'm not going to treat any of these people with disrespect.
He's such a mean, nasty, hateful person.
Trump's just outside of a fire station after leaving court. He's got pizza for the guys. This is typical Trump.
I never play him as an actor because I can't see any good in him.
Trump was holding a rally in Iowa and came down off the stage to speak with Landon, who told him about all the problems he was having getting proper care with the VA, which he said was rife with problems. Trump vowed to help Landon out, intervened with the VA on his behalf, and the very next day, Landon said the VA contacted him and shortly after approved compensation payments for his injuries.
Nothing.
A Marine alongside Marine One lost his cap. The president goes to help put it back in. It falls off again. As he pats him on the side, he goes and he grabs it again. It's so windy, obviously, from the helicopter.
Nothing at all.
U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Andrew Tamorisi was arrested in Mexico and held for 7 months after he accidentally brought firearms across the border. Trump followed the case, and when Andrew was finally released and returned to the United States, Trump reached out and sent him a check for $25,000.
Nothing redeemable.
I'm in the hospital, really fighting for my life, and I've never spoken of this, and I don't even think he knows this, but the day that he sent that note to me, hand delivered at the hospital, he made sure it was there for some reason by 8 a.m. and that was a really, really dark time for me. I actually was being, that afternoon was read my last rites by the priest, and I was fighting for my life, and
so you feel
that from him.
Like it really just changed at that moment where you say it was such a dark day, obviously, and you had so much to overcome, that gave you a bit of a wind in your sails.
Yes, ma'am. It was like God's perfect timing, and just to receive that from him, I know in his busy life, to take the time so many years later and hearing I was ill and taking the time to do that, it sparked such a fight in me when I really, like the doctor said, there was really no medical explanation for me to still be alive, but it sparked something in me that was like I felt his strength, and in those moments he was there for me, and it was so powerful.
Nothing redeemable in him.
But Amy, there is one more thing. Tonight we have a very special surprise. I am thrilled to inform you that your husband is back from deployment. He is here with us tonight, and we couldn't keep him waiting any longer.
The bottom line is, it's Biden versus Trump.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
I will also sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children.
One of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president, and I put this country back on its feet.
Well, are you retarded?
I don't need his recommendation. That's
How
totally
bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad I let you speak.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We want to live in a world that we want to live in and enjoy living in.
They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. It's very simple.
Or live in a nightmare, vote for Trump and you'll get the nightmare.
Amazing.
Vote for Biden and we'll be back to normalcy.
We hear this over and over again. The city's out of control. The city's out of control. The city's out of control.
We'll be back to normalcy.
For the third straight month, prices have gone up more than expected, from the rising cost of car insurance and repairs to how much you're paying at the grocery store every week.
Before the pandemic, all of these groceries, about 30 items, cost $100 on average. Now, 5 years later, according to Nielsen IQ, all this costs 33% more.
We want to live in a world that we want to live in and enjoy living in.
5 years ago versus today, the difference is remarkable. Is that normal?
Oh goodness, it's not normal at all.
We have the strongest economy in the world. Let me say it again, in the world.
Grocery prices are up 30%, more than 30%, since the beginning of the pandemic, and people are spending more on food and groceries than they have at any time really in the past 30 years. I mean, that's a real day-to-day pain that people feel.
It really is, and it's real. But the fact is that if you take a look at what the people have, they have the money to spend.
What do you mean by that?
It angers them and angers me that you have to spend more.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Vote for Biden and we'll be back to normalcy.
Turning now to the growing crisis at the southern border, the number of migrants crossing into the U.S. from Mexico is nearing an all-time high.
A spike in migrant encounters throughout the southwest border is putting a strain on resources.
Footage taken by the New York Post Thursday shows a crowd of 600 migrants breaking down a wire fence and pushing past Texas National Guard soldiers trying to get into El Paso.
Border Patrol mass released hundreds of illegal immigrants to San Diego's streets.
So why is Trump winning? I mean, the New York Times poll this week came out, but Trump was beating him rather soundly. It was quite a warning light, 48 to 43, also winning way more among women than he had before, winning outright Latinos. What do you attribute that to?